Hello, hello, hello. Oops, let's move that down here a bit. Maybe over there a little bit. There we go, that's better. Could actually do, we're coming over a little bit more. Oh, that thought. Well, I move you over here a bit. It's a long way to stretch. And stay. Okay. There we go, that's better. You can see more of the desk now. Hey, Pelican. Jane, hi. We're going to do another hour or so in our sketchbooks. Oh, maybe an hour, maybe 2, maybe 4. You know what I'm like. The reason I live stream is because Murph! Murph's here! Hey Murph, haven't seen you in a while. Well, I mean, I talked to you on Instagram, but I haven't seen you on a stream for a while. Not staying long, working at university. You've started up again. Awesome. Oh, that's okay. The thing is recorded, so don't worry. Hey, Evelyn. Oh, while I remember, not used to having it automatic there. If you are hearing impaired, closed captions are working down below. They're not always reliable. Hey Rish, you've been hiding. It's good to see so many people here. Super chats are on. We have donations available if you would like to support the stream. The new classes will be available hopefully next week. I like to launch them at the beginning of September because I know some people want to get paid up and squared away before the Christmas craziness begins. So that'll be coming next week for 2023 and also for the Halloween Chronicles and the Christmas Chronicles. The Halloween Chronicles this year, we're going to do Alice in Wonderland. And the Christmas Chronicles, shout out to Tyler. They suggested a theme that I immediately jumped at because one of my favourite children's artists ever, the person who got me into colour pencils, Raymond Briggs. Sadly, he passed away a couple of weeks ago. His books, The Snowman, Father Christmas, The Bear, we're going to be using those for inspiration for the Christmas Chronicles. We're also going to be, although it's not by Raymond Briggs, The Snowman and the Snow Dog is a beautiful story, especially for people who may be missing loved ones over Christmas. So we're going to look at that one as well. But we're going to do that one fairly early on so that you're not working on that at Christmas when you're also missing loved ones and things like that. I don't want to compound things. And of course, if you want to skip that and do it later, you can do. That's not a problem at all. So yeah, Halloween Chronicles will begin. It's 4 teaching weeks. It will run for 6 weeks though, because for some reason the Halloween Chronicles, I think because I love Halloween, it gets away from me and I always end up doing more than we can fit into 4 weeks. So we're going to have 4 teaching weeks, but 6 weeks of class. This should allow us to fit everything in. And of course, it's a busy time of year for some people. So of course, if you want to skip a week or, take your time or whatever, that's perfectly fine. The Christmas Chronicles will only run for December. and it will run from the 1st of December through to the 24th of December. There will be 4 teaching weeks. However, the class stays open, so any of you who are around over Christmas and want some company, want to chill out with fellow members of class or whatever, you can absolutely do that. I will set it up so that you can continue to hang out together if you wish. So yeah, that will be available on the coffee shop, hopefully September 1st at the latest. Monday if we can do it, but I'm waiting on Katie because Katie does the maths. And Katie's busy, so you know, Katie's got kids to get back to school this week, so as soon as she's available, she'll double check everything I've done, and hopefully we'll be able to launch straight away, which I would like to go live Monday, but 1st of September may be the closest we can manage. Anything else? Oh, I've had a few people asking me. I thought I'd said, but maybe I got distracted and only half said it. That would not be surprising. But a few people asking me if I'm closing my Patreon. Currently, no. Coffee is where I'm posting extra stuff on top of just the general class stuff that I do. The stuff that goes on Patreon, my When Frogs Sing class, all that stuff, all goes on there. But the coffee club has extra stuff. So it has additional stuff that I like to share, but I don't want to just throw up on the internet willy-nilly. So an example, for instance, was I posted a members mail haul the other day. Somebody sent me a wonderful haul of mail. Thank you very much, Inlay. And I posted that over on Coffee for those who are members or subscribers or class members, or pretty much anybody over there can see the post, rather than just putting it out on YouTube, because it's not that it's personal, it's just that it's more niche, I guess. I'm going to be part of the zombie crew for the sketching. Oh, that's okay. Sketching wise, I'm doing all sorts of things at the moment. The fingers in all the pies. Lots of inspiration, because Danny Gregory, man. Danny Gregory. Over on... I'm calling them memberships now rather than just saying Patreon and Coffee and class. It's just easier to say members. My members are working through the Creative License by Danny Gregory. Purchase of the book completely optional. We're just doing the exercises from it, basically. And those who have the book already are reading it, and those who can get it on Kindle Unlimited are reading it, and those who don't have it are just, I'm giving them the exercises to do, and we're working through it in class. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of just straight pen observation drawings. Screw the perspective, screw the scale, just draw it. And I don't know, you know, it's illustrated journaling without the title, basically, and it's so nice to be getting back into it. It's what I love to do, but I haven't done it in so long because, you know, staying at home during the panini, a lot of people were very bored, especially those who go out and teach classes and workshops out and about. They were doing online classes and stuff. But for those of us who were already doing online content, we continued to work. We were still working through the pandemic. So, I mean, it's wrong to say that other people had a break, but they kind of did. And those of us who do this full time didn't have a break. We continued with it. So it's actually really nice to just get back to what I really love to do, in that I like to do writing and journaling and notes and a bit of nature sketching and a bit of urban sketching and a bit of everything. I'm a mixed media, multimedia type of girl. I want my fingers in all the pies. So with that, I am currently trying to finish these 2 sketchbooks. These are my oldest sketchbooks. I also have my Screaming into the Void moleskin. I like this little book. It's the cheap crappy paper. It's moleskin expanded, but for what I do, it works great. This is a excuse me, Sea Whites of Brighton 19.5 by 25, 8 by 10. Well, I think it's more 9 by 7 and a bit, but it's generally speaking, it's a B5. It's the same as an extra large moleskin. And this one is the Art Alternatives one that is hell to get over here. But I did manage to find, I've got several people who are willing to send me one from the States because they are cheap as chips over in Michael's. Or Art Alternatives 5.5 by 8. But it's a really chunky book, and you know me, I love my chunky books. Don't give me a book that's like 40 pages. I'm not interested. It's got to have chunkiness to it. I've got to feel, by the time I finish a book, I need to feel like it's my best friend, you know? I don't want no 30 pages, 60 sides. That's why I don't use watercolour paper. That's not the only reason I don't use watercolour paper, but it's part of the reason I don't use watercolour paper. So yeah, this is my current mission. I also have a moleskin, just the regular moleskin Art Pluses, these. This is halfway through and I am using it, but this is more for mixed media and art journaling. And I've not really done much of that. I'm more in sketching mode at the moment. This is more of a winter activity. I tend to do it sort of between round about October, November through to maybe February. You know, when we've got lots of time stuck indoors and waiting for paint to dry. So I'm not worried about finishing that, but it's one of the ones that I have on the go at the moment. This one I'm not in any rush to finish. I've taken this out of general rotation, but just to give you a quick look, I have been doing the Hobonichi challenge, My Life Mitts and Co. I can never remember all the people who do that challenge, but yeah, very much the Danny Gregory style of just grab a pen and draw stuff. Not doing it every day like the challenge. I'm not doing the challenge every single day or anything like that. I've just been doing it when I feel like it. I will continue to do it until I finish the challenge because I like all the prompts. So that's that one. That's just kind of a really loose sketching one. This is more of an art book. So this one I've been doing... Now, between this one and this one, when I started, I had 117 pages to complete. I'm a little bit further now. I think I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't remember where I put it. So I think I showed you this one last week. Maybe. Did I stream last week? I didn't stream last week, did I? No. That was the other thing I was going to say. Oh my god. If you're a member, you've already seen that I posted a YouTube video for members on Tuesday, Monday, I don't know. It was supposed to go out last Friday, but I had other things to deal with and I didn't get to edit it in time. So it's going up general YouTube on Friday. It does say I didn't stream this week. Of course, that was done last week. So, you know, just ignore that. It doesn't matter. I'm not going back and editing the whole video just for one sentence. Doesn't make sense. Hey, Cody. Danny Gregory's awesome. I'm drawing every day because of him and because of you. Awesome! Awesome. The Creative License is such a good book, but I get so far into it and then I'm so inspired that I have to go and do all the things and then I forget to finish reading the book. I'm forcing myself to finish reading the book. Also, and members, When Frogs Sing members, because you get voting rights, I have put a poll up on the August card if you want to decide whether we're going to continue doing the Creative License stuff next month for our drawing sessions. So go and let me know. I mean, we probably will, because I think most people would just say either yes or I don't care. Nobody seems to care what we do as long as we do something together. So it's almost also always fun to know that people are just going to turn up and do stuff. Anyway, rambling. So we did this. This was the last session we did on the 10th. Yeah, so I didn't stream last week. I was out with my mum and dad. We had a lovely day. They finally made it up here. We went out to Ramblers Retreat, which those of you who are from this way will know that that's up near Alton Towers. It's a lovely little outdoor coffee kind of place. It's a stop and take your dog and go hiking and all that kind of thing. So me and my mum sat and sketched in one of the little, they have like little beach hut type things. We sat and sketched in one of those, and sat with Scooby, who can't walk very well, or he can walk, he just can't walk very far. He tires easily. Don't we all? And Maddie, who is always up for anything, went for a run with my dad up the tracks. So it was fun. We enjoyed it. It was a very nice day. It didn't rain. It was great. I have been doing some urban sketching. This is a very failed attempt at doing Ford Green Hall. I can't figure out. I've been going backwards and forwards with stuff because I'm trying different things. And this was at Ramblers Retreat. This is inside our little hut that we were in, looking out into the garden. That autofocus. Stop it. Stop with the craziness, please. That's not funny. Let's stop that happening right now. Off. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's out of sync, that's why. There we go. Yeah, I was sat on this side and my mum was sat that side, so she painted that side of the garden and I painted this side. But the minute I added colour, it started getting messy. And that is the problem I'm having at the moment. That as soon as I start adding colour, I love this one, I love how it came out, but everything else is not coming out the way I want it to. This was also Ford Green Hall. This is the herb garden at the back. This is very deliberately in the style of Ian Finelli, who is an amazing urban sketcher. He's got an extremely distinctive style, but I love the way he uses unnatural colours. And I just wanted to try that. My problem is I don't know how to leave white space. I colour in. I don't... Like, he uses local colour and just random colours for mood and feeling and everything else in his sketches, and he leaves a lot of white space. And as you can see, me and white space, we're not friends. That's where this went wrong, I think. I could have done this. If I'd left this and done mostly pen work, I think it would have looked much better. But until I'm done with it, I can't tell that it's overworked. I went up and did the fire station, the local fire station, which is just up around the corner. This one's not finished yet. I did the sketch, and the sketch was okay, but it looked kind of generic. It didn't look like a sketch that I would do, is what I'm saying. It looked generic, and I didn't like it. So I hauled out the gouache, and I threw a thing of gouache on it, and I've got to go back in and obviously do a second layer, but it's a much better representation of how I sketch than what was already there. So that's that book. I'm going well in this one. I've still got a long way to go, but I like this book for taking out and about. A good trick with these books, if you're using bigger books, is to get a big clip and put it across the centre thing there, and then you don't actually need a board, and you can clip your colours and your pens and whatever to this, and you don't actually need to take a drawing board with you, which is good. So that's that one. This one's going great guns. Oh dear, Jack's missing his hand. I need to stick him back down. And then this one is, oh, I've got to put that back in my book or I'll lose it. This one is the one I've been using more as a journal. I jump in and out of this one all the time. I have a real problem with this book because it feels too precious, not because it's a wonderful book, but because I really like the book. It's not expensive paper or anything, I just really like this paper. And these books are really hard to get in the UK. But now I know that I've got someone, at least 2 people in the US, willing to go and use their Michael's coupons when they go, pick me up a book and ship it to me, and I'll pay them, obviously. I'm feeling less precious about it, so I want to finish this book. So I'm going to use it as a journal, illustrated journal. So we've already done some bits and pieces in here already. I had to go to Stoke. I don't normally go into Stoke because honestly there isn't much in Stoke. Stoke city centre. The Potteries is made up of 6 towns, all crammed together into kind of a borough city urban complex thing. It's not even a real city because we don't have a cathedral. We have a minster, which makes us a borough, I believe. Anyway, the City of Stoke-on-Trent borough, I know, is all these different towns, and the one that's actually Stoke-on-Trent is awful. There's nothing there. It's terrible. It literally, everything's abandoned. It's full of crappy shops. Really bad. Really bad. The main problem being that the council like to promote Hanley, because Hanley is metropolitan and they like to try and compete with Manchester, which they're never going to be able to do. But, you know, points for trying, I guess. But Stoke has some really old buildings. A lot of the buildings, and I think one of the reasons that the older towns don't get upgraded as much and all the money goes to Hanley is because we've got all these grade 2 listed buildings that can't be changed. Of course, the council's in charge of which buildings can be changed as grade 2 listed buildings and refitted, but I don't know. They make up the rules and then they stick to the rules, and then they say that they can't do things because the rules say they can't, and then we all sit there and go, but you made the rules. Why can't you change the rules if the rules are the problem? Anyway, yeah, there's lots of these kind of places, this is an old firehouse. The actual back of the building and everything else was converted into offices, which is what they do a lot of. They rip down the old part of the building inside that it is usually falling down and rebuild it, but they leave the facade. And this was the old firehouse back in the day when they used to have horse and truck and men with buckets. So this was actually decommissioned as part of the complete overhaul of the fire brigade, the Staffers Fire Brigade. Hey, Katie. Hi, Katie. So it was built in 1913. It was decommissioned 13 years later because it wasn't wide enough to get 2 trucks in. So when they switched to motor-operated trucks, these fire engines weren't useful, and you know, you can't get, because the road is so tiny, you can't get a fire engine in that road anyway. So they left the facade, and I drew the facade, and I thought it was really nice. It's fueled my thing. One of the things I've been really inspired by Danny is that he always says, draw what you love. If you don't know what to draw what you love. And it doesn't matter if you draw the same thing 200 times. If you love it, draw it. And what I love drawing is really old, intricate, often abandoned buildings. And boy, do we have abandoned buildings in Stoke. And boy, do we have some old, intricate, amazing ones. most of which are falling down because we have absentee landlords who buy up properties and then just leave them until they fall down. And then they've got an excuse to knock them down and build blocks of flats. Very annoying. Anyway, as someone who loves abandoned buildings and old buildings and stuff like that, one of the things I want to do, I find it really sad as an urban sketcher that some of the stuff that I drew like 10 years ago when I first started urban sketching in this area is, you know, that some of the buildings, you can imagine 10 years of not doing anything with them. Plus for the last 2 years, they've just been literally left to deteriorate because nothing was done to fix them in any way. A lot of vandalism, a lot of fires, a lot of squatting, all that kind of stuff. These buildings are literally just falling down, and one day they're all going to be gone. And it was a bit of a shock to the system when I was driving through with my mum and dad last week, seeing so many shops are just gone. So many places are closed down. So many little handy places. Like in our town, it's not the best thing in the world, but if you really needed to grab a quick meal and you didn't have transport, we had a KFC in walking distance, you know, and it's gone. The whole place is boarded up. Both our banks are closed. The hotel, it's not really being used as a hotel anymore. It's more like a DOS house at the moment. It's a real shame. All these places are just going to ruin because, well, lots of reasons. It's just compounded by the pandemic and the fact that the council aren't doing anything to stop it. And I love this area. I love our heritage, and I don't like the fact that in the 2 years since I've been able to really go down and explore town in any way, so many places are suddenly gone. Or the whole front of the building is gone because the council have knocked it down because it was falling down, because the absentee landlords aren't looking after a grade 2 listed building. So anyway, I've got this bee in my bonnet about doing some urban sketching and doing some local sketching, capturing these places before they're all gone, and like writing up the history of them. That's what this was about, this one with the courthouse, because I didn't know we had a courthouse. I've lived in this area since 1990 when I came up here to go to university, and I never went back down south. I've lived around this area within a 5-mile radius of where I am now since 1990. I've lived here in this particular town 9 years, 8 years, something like that. And I've lived in this particular flat since 2015. August 1st, 2015, I moved in here. So, and this is literally just around the corner from me. Literally through the park and across the road is this building. I didn't know Burslem had a courthouse. It's not a courthouse now, it's offices, but it's a grade 2 listed building where they've kept the whole of the building and just refitted it as individual units for small businesses. But they've kept the actual, they've restored the whole front of the building with all this beautiful terracotta overlay and all sorts of stuff to what it would have looked like when it was first built. It's fantastic. And I'm really liking that some of these buildings, they're actually doing something about them. I would much rather see an old building like this turned into offices and be useful than be left to just fall down until somebody knocks it down and makes some flats out of it. Because it doesn't really cost a lot to upgrade these buildings into something that can be more useful. It's just that the landlords don't do it, which is annoying. But anyway, I researched this building because I'd never seen. I thought it said the courthouse on the front. I thought it said the courthouse. I thought that was the name of the units, like the willow trees or whatever they call it, But no, it actually says this sign here, this bit here is this bit here, and it actually does say Staffordshire Potteries Stipendiary Commissioners and Magistrates Office. So it's the original magistrates office from when the town was, not when the town was built, because the town's in the Domesday Book, like a lot of English towns, but when Josiah Wedgwood rebuilt a lot of the town in the height of the industrial age, when the potteries were booming, this was one of the courthouse buildings. This is one of the new buildings that were made. This place is like built from the 1500s. It's seriously old. Seriously old. It's been flooded twice. It's been set on fire multiple times. It's still going. It's ridiculous. It's great, but it just... Ugh. So, yeah, where was I going with that? Well, what I'm trying to do, like this is the community fire station, the current community fire station. Now, the way the fire stations are around here, because of the 6 towns thing, each town and municipal, I guess, has a fire station. They're all built like this. They all look very similar. They're all, well, not all of them have the same... They all look different. You can look at it and go, oh, that's Burslem because it's got the big wonky front. And, you know, Kidsgrove has a big tower and stuff like that. Hanley is a really long building. But they all basically have the same grey frontage and red and black windows and all that. They're all done very similarly. Obviously by the same architect in the same similar style. That's the word I was looking for. Similar style. But... I really like fire stations and stuff like that, and I thought it would be fun to go around and do all the modern fire stations and then go and do the old fire stations, because there's the contrast of this versus this. Now this isn't our fire station, but our fire station is very similar. Ours is actually, it's 2 of these, and then in the middle, there's one with a really big arch and big red wooden doors. It's a beautiful building. Again, built in 1913 and decommissioned in 1926. So, and I think there was another building here before this one was built. I think they knocked this one down, reused the old building temporarily, and then this one is the current building. I just thought it'd be interesting to do like old and new. Like we've got the old post office. This is one of my failed sketches. Don't laugh. These 2, the more I do to them, the worse they get. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing anything more. I'm just going to redo them. I'm going to start again. I'll go out another day. I'll redo them. But this is the old post office building. This is a school. This is still in use. This is the school that's round by me here. This is the original post office building, part of the Wedgwood estate. The new post office is in a different part of town. It's still part of the Wedgwood buildings. I don't know why they moved. They just did. It's across the road. Like this is a crossroads. If this one is here, then the other one is like here. Literally across the road. I thought it would be interesting to do the old and the new one. I mean, this is built in 1937, decommissioned in 1990 something. I put late 20th century. My God, I can't believe I wrote that. I think it was late 1997, 96, somewhere around there. It was decommissioned. So, I mean, anytime you're talking about last century... We're nearly at 25 years. I mean, so, yeah, the new post office has been there for 25 years. I thought it would be interesting to do a comparison, you know, the old and the new, the old and the new, and research some of these old buildings. That's where I'm heading anyway. I don't know if that's going to be something that I dive into straight away, or whether it's going to be a long-term project, or maybe something I do on memberships next year. I'm not sure. Memberships, like, the membership stuff we do currently, we do art stuff on a Saturday, which we do every week. But we also do tarot readings, astrology, charts, and quite in-depth stuff. We're doing the asteroids at the moment, and then we do Book of Shadows stuff. We're on month 5 of 6 months of room work, and I'm thinking of changing things up a little bit next year, because after 35 years of learning astrology and 15 years of teaching it in various different forms, I'm kind of need a change. So I'm thinking, instead of doing all the basics of astrology all over again when it's all available on my members channel anyway, I might shake it up a bit and do something a bit different. So maybe that astrology slot will become this project. Maybe that's how I work this project, or maybe it'd be something I do on YouTube. I don't know. Is that something you'd like to see on YouTube? Everybody's so quiet. Are you all asleep? Have I sent you to nod off land already? Oh my god. I know I'm talking a lot today, but I've got lots of things in the works that I want to do, and lots of things that I want to try, and I'm feeling very inspired and very like I want to get going with things, but there's so many things I want to do. I've got decision paralysis. Well, not decision paralysis. I've got so many things I want to do. I want to do them all at once, and I can't do them all at once, so I'm not doing anything. That's what works with this at the moment. That's where I'm up to. Anyway. So yeah, I moved. I don't know why. Maybe I couldn't find my other book, but I moved the list for the... Cody's working on lists. That's what she does. That's what she does during streams. She works on lists. I moved the list of Hobonichi prompts over into this book. I'm not sure why. Because although I like using this paper for even these kind of simple drawings, this book is very suited to mixed media, which is why I love it so much. You can see I do all sorts of things in this. So just using it for pen work seems a bit... bit of a waste, I guess. Listen to me. I'm trying to finish the book. I'm not precious about the book anymore because I can get another one. I've got a ton of pages left, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't know, because this paper is really nice for all sorts of things. So do I want to waste it with... Just use the damn book. Just finish the damn book. Anyway. What I have is a couple of pages here. Because when I go out urban sketching, I don't really think about where I'm drawing or what I'm drawing or how I'm drawing anything. I just open the book and sketch. The last thing I want to do is be thinking about, well, am I going to do this on here, or should I do it on a different page or whatever? I just open it, find a new page and sketch, as long as the back page doesn't have anything on it. Because as with this one, I might use markers. That's my rule when I'm out sketching. I don't think about things. I just open the book and I start sketching, and I make sure there's nothing on the back. Hey, Rach. So, yeah, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do here, I skipped these pages. I mean, I could have done that here, but then I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this page, and, you know, it gets a bit... I try not to get in my own way when I'm out, because there's enough stress with being around people, and I haven't been around people for very long, and the general anxiety of now having to go out into the world again now and everything else. It's too much. It's too much. I need to make as few decisions as possible. So I literally just open my book and draw wherever. But then I end up with pages that I haven't filled in, so I have to go back and do something with them. So I'm going to do something with this page, because this is something that a lot of people ask about. What do you do with pages? Before I have a coughing fit. What do you do with pages where something is bled through? It doesn't always have to be alcohol markers, but something is bled through. And what do you do with this page? Usually I either slap a bit of paper over it and write on it, or just stick like brown paper or something on, and like brown paper bags. These are great. Not the shiny side, the inside where it's not so shiny. The inside is great for drawing on. So just throw a bit of that on there and draw over the top, paint over it, whatever. But also I can look past this because it's just a shadow. It's not something that is intrusive. It's not like this is a complete duplicate of that page, because this paper doesn't bleed too much. So what I normally do with these kind of pages is I either write on them, which is great because if you share your journals or whatever, then people can't really read what you've written because it gets in the way. When you photograph it, it looks very different to just having writing on a plain page. Or you can go in and work around it and then collage over the top of this or whatever. So anyway, I wanted to write up a little bit of a journal page. So I thought I would do that on this page because personal journal pages, I don't scan them unless they're for me. I might scan the picture on this side, but I wouldn't scan this page if this is where writing is. I don't scan my writing. I take a photograph for myself just so I've got a digital record, but that's all. I've got some bits and pieces I thought I could use. So this is stuff from the box that Inlay sent me. I really like this particular bit, and it's a nice big chunky size, so this would cover up a substantial amount of that and give me a space to write, which is great. These are just really interesting bits. Obviously I've got a little note from Inlay there. This is a really interesting little card. I don't know if I'm going to put this in my journal. I may put this in my planner because I might want to refer to this actually. It's what it is the Norse sign language in single characters, so one-handed and two-handed. So this is like BSL, British Sign Language, and this is like ASL, American Sign Language. And it's got all the additional Nordic vowels, which I think is fascinating. So if you're spelling things and you've got these different vowels, then you can spell them there. I want to spend some more time looking at this and really, well, looking at it properly, rather than just going, oh, that's really cool, and sticking it in my journal. So I might put this part in my actual, my boss lady planner. But obviously this bit can go in here. And then this was a sticker. I've never seen a coffee pot that looks like this before. So I thought it'd be interesting to put one of those in here somewhere. And because I'm a giant nerd, I will go and look up this kind of coffee pot and see how this is different to coffee pots that I have and what I'm used to. Why is it like this? What does it do? What's the difference? Why is this a special design from someone? I don't know. Is it even a coffee pot? I mean, the handle suggests that it is, because teapots would normally have a completely closed handle. I don't know why, but that seems to be traditional. Is it a coffee pot? Is it a teapot? I don't know. Questions. As Emily D. Baker would say, I have questions. So, and then I thought this was really funny. So this is a ticket. It's one of those ephemera bits. It's not a proper old ticket or anything. But it's for Stevenson's Railway. And I don't know if you can see, but on the top of it there... Oh, the autofocus is on. The autofocus is off. I can't actually show you because I turned the autofocus off. Just here, it says Stevenson's, and then underneath it says J. Stevenson, Utoxeter. Utoxeter is like 15 miles that way from me, and this came all the way from Norway. Northern Norway at that, like inside the Arctic Circle. So this little piece of ephemera, which mean, it's probably from like one of those Tim Holtz type packs. I don't know if it is a Tim Holtz one, but it's from one of those style packs of ephemera. It's not original ephemera. But it's come from wherever it was manufactured, whether that be China or, you know, wherever else it might have been in the world, to the company that packaged it, which is probably in America. Was then sold to a shop somewhere, ended up on Inlay's little bits of paper, whether it was sent to her by somebody else or she purchased it. They purchased it, sorry. And then it's come all the way from the Arctic Circle to me, who lives 15 miles away from the place that is actually written on the ticket. Mind blown emoji. Insert here, right? I don't know, it's not like Uttoxeter is a common place. It's not like it's New York or Paris or something. This is like, Uttoxeter is a dump. The only thing it's got going for it is the railway runs through it. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, and I thought that would be fun to put in here, along with Inlay's stuff that they sent me. And then this was one of the cards that they sent, and this is obviously a robin, which is one of our well-known wild birds here. It's an indigenous to the UK. But when we were at Ramblers Retreat the other day, there were hundreds of robins. I've never seen robins outside of like late autumn, early winter. That's usually when I see red-breasted robins running around. They were everywhere. There was literally flocks of robins eating all the local berries. I've never seen that before. I thought robins generally hung out on their own or in pairs. I've never seen flocks of robins. So I thought, not long ago, I did one of John Muir-Law's bird videos, learning how to do birds, his new way of drawing birds that is actually an old way, but it's not the one that's in his book that's really old. I digress. Anyway, I thought I would try and draw a robin. Sadly, I didn't take any photos of them. I was too wrapped up in... I was trying to herd Maddie, carrying Scooby, trying to talk to my mum and dad, all at the same time. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. I was out for the first time since Halloween, other than going to the doctor's. It was a lot. So whipping my phone out to take some photos of some cute robins was not my first automatic thing. It would have been if I'd been on my own, but with everything else that was going on, no. So I need to find a decent photo of a robin. But also, this is rather cute. So maybe I could do a whole page on robins. I don't know. I've done robins before and they were not as successful as I feel I could do them now. I think I'm quite good at doing birds now. Anyway, I thought I'd have a bash, right? Have a bash at putting together a page with some bits. Lurking this morning, listening and doing things, but wanted to say hi. Hi, butterfly. I don't want to be making too many decisions. I really don't care about making a lot of decisions. I just want to use some of the ephemera that Inlay sent me, add some bits and pieces, make a journal page, leave somewhere to write some stuff, maybe do a bit of sketching. I don't know. I'm going to take that off and put it there with my thing. Let's see. I've got all of this, which is all of this is ephemera that they sent me. So I did go through all this to see. Let's see, this is all the bigger stuff. I went through all the little stuff to see if there was anything I wanted to use. That's how I pulled out these bits. But I've got a big section of large pieces. Lots and lots of large pieces, actually. if all else fails, I've got a brown bag. Always good. Geology. I don't think geology's necessarily what I want. These are all really nice, but they're more kind of junk journal-y type stuff. You couldn't write on this because it's too shiny. I'd have to put this in and collage it down and probably seal it with something, some matte medium or something. This is book papers. Some of them are book papers, some of them are not. So that's all. This is this specifically says December, so that's more of a if we go again at Christmas kind of thing. Random photo, more random photos. That's a Leo. He's going to go in my witchy journal. Plumes. I think I've got one of those already. In fact, I think I literally just cut one of those up and put it in my other book this morning to fill a space. Did I not? Am I dreaming? Did I do that? Did this actually happen, or am I making it up? Where's the big ugly plant? Where's the big ugly plant? Why can't I find the big ugly plant? Oh, there he is. Yes, there we go. I knew I'd done that. Okay, so I've got some more of those blue butterflies there somewhere, so I could use bits of the plumage. Beautiful plumage. It's a lovely parrot. Beautiful plumage. No Monty Python fans in. Ooh, I got all excited about the patent thing. I didn't actually turn it over and go, oh my god, look at the spooky stuff on the back. This is cool because it actually looks like it was a journal page that somebody scanned and turned into ephemera. That's really cool. I may have to scan this side so I can reprint it, so I can use both sides of the paper. I'm just saying. Ooh, birds. Oh, is there a robin in here? Is there a robin? No, this is M. And that is not blackberries, that's elderberries. I mean, they were eating the berries. It's a possibility, it's a possibility. Let me see. The plumes are also a possibility. That thing's annoying me because it's getting stuck to everything. Let's stick it on my iPad there. This is very American. It's all about Pittsburgh and stuff. So this maybe not. No, it's too overpowering, that one. And this is all about sponges, and I do like this, and it will make an awesome background or bit of ephemera or something. However, I want to read this bit before I do anything with it. So there we go. Right. I think I'm going to put... Oh, I've got the... Yes, I saved the washi tape. I sounded like you then. How? How did I sound like you? Was I doing my London accent? Scooby is sitting on my foot. That normally means he wants some food. You a hungry boy? I should mention, by the way, all donations are currently, or donations, channel support. Let's say it's called channel support. It's not really donations, it's work. But all channel support is currently going to Scooby's Appetite, because I found that my finicky old man, who is very grumpy these days and is very picky about what he'll eat, and literally the thing that he ate for breakfast he won't eat for lunch, or he will eat something yesterday like it's going out of fashion, and then today he won't touch it. He's like, what is this shit you're giving me? All funding is going towards his appetite, because the vet has literally said, if you can get him to eat, feed him whatever he'll eat, even if it's pizza. But the thing I found at the moment, and it's completely by accident, when we went to Ramblers, instead of taking stinky dog meat and stuff with me, because my mum's very, very susceptible to smells and things like that, so I didn't want to take stinky dog food. It was bad enough taking stinky Maddie. So I asked them in advance if they could do like scrambled egg and bacon or something like that, or just scrambled egg and sausage or something for the dogs, which they did. But since then, I found out that not only does Scooby love scrambled egg, but if you give him a scrambled egg first thing in the morning, he will eat it. And then later on, he'll come back and he'll eat as much food as you give him. I was struggling to get him to eat more than half a tin a day at one point, and now he's going... Yesterday, he went through 4 tins. I don't know what it is about eggs, but apparently they work for him. So... Oh, no, I want that. So, yeah, all additional funding is going towards the grumpy old man's enormous appetite, because he's underweight and he needs feeding up. So if he's eating, I'm going to feed him all the things. And we're also, this is very exciting, but we're going to try and save up for a car in the spring. Because, for those of you who don't know, the Maddie-mobile, which, by the way, was entirely funded back in 2015, February 2015, was entirely funded by my patrons, who are awesome. I say patrons because I only had patrons at the time, but members, it was... I said, yeah, I need a car. Please help me. I'll be able to do more work if I have a car, because it won't take me 5 hours to get into town and back. Well, I need a car again. I'm struggling to get around anywhere. So we're saving up. And what Scooby doesn't eat is going in the car fund. Maddie wants her mobile back. Well, by the time we actually can afford a car, it'll probably be a Scooby scooter. Why am I being so precious about this bag? I just want to rip the side of it. There we go. I do need a new Maddie-mobile. I don't need anything flash. I'm looking for a second-hand one, like I had before. The last car I had a lot of problems with it, admittedly, but I paid 400 quid for it. I spent about £1,000 getting it fixed up. And these days it's hard to get a second-hand car for less than £3,000. So I got extremely lucky, but I'm going to try and do the same thing again. Oh, I need to turn that over, because it's this side of the paper I need to use. So yeah, I'm gonna try and find a fixer-upper. Excuse me while I tear this. I might go for something like a Fiesta or something, because they're very hard wearing. They never die. And when they do get sick, they're very cheap and easy to repair. So maybe I'll do something like that. I just need a run around town. But as a self-employed artist, it's very difficult to get like finance or funding or anything like that. So I have to work for what I want. So here we are. We're working. Please like, subscribe and share, and support the channel down below. Anyway. Oh, I'm going to put this, it's cheating slightly, but I just want to get rid of a lot of that stuff. Although I can just write over it, I don't want to just sit and write over it on stream, so I'm going to cover over it. Then I can do things on top of it, and I can write on that bit of paper. So let's do that. Bit of collage. Stick it in. Is it stuck down properly? Probably not. Do I care? No. Life's too short to worry about counting windows, measuring anything, or making sure every single corner of a piece of paper is stuck to the page. Because guess what? If it lifts up, I'll just glue it down again. Let's put that about there. Ooh, where'd that nice bit of black washi tape go? Shove that on there. There we go. That actually might need gluing on that corner, because if I don't glue it on that corner, it will lift up and then it will stick to the other page. So that bit we will fussy stick. But the rest of it, I don't care. I do need a new Maddie-mobile. Maddie needs a new Maddie-mobile. But it's so much easier to get anywhere with the dogs with the Maddie-mobile. And it's really hard at the moment because with Scooby not being able to walk very far, I have to carry him. It's not like he's heavy, but when you're carrying one and you're walking with a stick and you're herding Maddie with the other hand, it gets a bit tricky. You know? I need to be able to stop places where I can be near the car but let Maddie run loose and have Scooby next to me in case he needs help. Maddie's taken up position on my foot. She has literally wedged herself in under the desk. That might mean that there's stormy weather about. It doesn't feel stormy. I'm not getting that prickling skin feeling. What's wrong with Pittsburgh? Oh, that's where you live, isn't it, Katie? Yeah, it says on... It's Vice President Hale Johnson. For President, Joshua Levering, somebody else that starts with MA, Vice President Hale Johnson, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, May 28th, 1896, I'm assuming, since that says May 29th. That would be the next day. You can kind of read what should be here. There's not much missing, I'd say about that much. One of the first acts of the Prohibition Convention, when it assembled in Exposition something this morning, was to send a telegram of sympathy to the Mayor of St. Louis. The women were first given a something in favour of the woman suffragettes. I don't think it would be suffrage movement, it's not long enough. Other reforms advocated by the Something Men's Christian Temperance United something committee of 5 ladies was... Yeah, it's interesting. I can't fill in the rest because it's kind of going off at an angle. But, yeah. I need a wagon for Sir Scooby. I do need a wagon. I need one of the... Or a stroller. A buggy-mobile. Who's a Pudge the Pit fan? Needs a buggy-mobile. The thing is, he can walk. I don't like to stick him in a thing where he feels like he's not walking. I want him to be able to walk about, but he tires so easily. And honestly, I don't think carrying him versus having a wagon or a buggy or something would be any easier, because Maddie is like herding cats. Okay, so we've got that. Oh, I've got this bit. This is the keep this ticket from the Travellers Company with Inlay's note on the back. Let's put that... Let's just pop that under there, shall we? Or down at the bottom here. Is that going to flap about when I close the book? If I put it there? Yeah, it's going to flap about. Let's put it there. Yeah, let's put it there on the mostly black bit. Mostly brown bit. I'll just pop a little bit of this just to keep it closed while I close the book. There you go. And then if I want to lift it up, it's only tacked in place. Somebody said what this was. It's a stovetop percolator, according to Murph. A stovetop percolator. Oh, so what, does it cold brew? And then this is the bit that heats up? Or do you put hot water in the top? See, this is why I'm curious. How does this contraption work? Do you have to lift this entire thing off the top in order to get this thing out? Or is this held up somehow? Or what even is going on? Right? I need to know these things. That's going to be a rabbit hole. I think I'm going to put this, maybe tuck this in here. There's nothing on the back of this, so yeah, I think maybe I'll stick that there. The water bubbles up through the tube and filters down to the bottom. Oh, I see. So it doesn't just go up, use gravity, it uses heat conduction. Okay. So you put the water in here and the coffee in there, and as it heats up, the water goes up the tube and percolates through the coffee and back down, and then does it come back down here? Or is it up there? And if it's up there, why is the handle there? I have questions. Okay. I'm gonna put that there. And then, do I want to keep that there? It's kind of bugging me a little bit. I don't know why. Why is it bugging me? Don't know. Anyway, it's only washi taped down. I can move it if I want to. I have, where's my, I've got some pens here. Let's do a, oh, there's my pen. The water bubbles, okay, hang on. Your mum has a stovetop percolator like that. I've never seen one. It must be an American type one. Water bubbles up through the tube and filters down to the bottom. Yeah. Oh, it's like an espresso. Okay, an espresso machine. Italian stovetop espresso machines I'm familiar with. They just don't look like this. So the mechanics is the same. It's just a different design. Gotcha. So it starts here. It goes up through. It goes through the coffee. It gets percolated and it comes back down. So then how do you hold this bit up while you pull out the other bit? And how do you get the tube out? Do you have to lift this whole thing up? And doesn't that get hot? More questions. That's the kind of rabbit hole I disappear down at like 4 o'clock in the morning because I needed to ask. Okay, so I'm not going to do any writing on these specifically. I'm just going to highlight that bit because that's the bit of interest. And I will, let's do the whole of this bit here. I'll make a note about that ticket being from a local place. I'm going to make a note there about receiving stuff from Inlay, which I won't bother writing right now. Oh, they also sent me loads of stickers, which I actually put away this morning, but there is a perfect size sticker right here somewhere. There we go. Is that a little bit too short? That one's a little bit too... Oh, it comes off the thing. It's a little bit too wide. It's the right height though. No. That's a sideways one. That's a rat. Yeah, let's just use that. That's kind of cool. I like that one. I like the colours. And it kind of brings the green of this and the blue of this. It's the missing link between all three of these bits of ephemera that don't go together. Is that piece of paper. Oh, it's a flag. Oh, okay. Let's hang it off that then. Hi, baby. Hi there. How you doing? Hi, Miss Maddie. Oh, Damaddy. Hello, Damaddy. Oh, rub your face. There. Good girl. Let's do something fun. Let's like doodle a kind of a chain link thing. As if that's hanging off there rather than just sticking it on there. Kind of looks like a hanging sign, right? It's different. This is the outside of that little thing, but does anybody else do this? Does anybody else use the outside bits of their stickers just to add fun bits of something to the bottom of their pages? I mean, look at that. That's so cute. Probably need to put the link in the comments. Oh. Ooh, hang on. Oh, it unscrews off. Yeah, but that's hot. 4am rabbit hole yesterday was that water is a byproduct of star formations. That I knew. That I knew. Because that's a rabbit hole I've been down. Hi, baby. But to be honest, most things are a product of star formations. So Maddie. Is there a storm, Maddie? Is there weather happening somewhere? Is there weather happening somewhere? What's the matter? Why are you all hot and bothered? What's the matter? You don't even know. She doesn't even know. What's the matter, Baba? Maddie stopped play. Hi, baby. What's up? You're all stressed out. Why are you stressed out? Is there weather happening somewhere and you don't like it? It's okay. It's not going to come and get you. Don't worry. I promise. It's not going to come and get you. It's not going to come and get you. Settle yourself down. Go and have a nap. And it'll be all over before you know it. Go on. Go have a nap. I have a little thingy. These are in my package as well. That's kind of cute. That's an actual flower, but this has got that green and, well, it's not blue, but it's purple. It's close enough. Yeah, let's stick those in there. I mean, I can't think of any other reason I'd use those, so that'll do. Cody is a mod. You should be able to put a link in the comments anyway, I think. There we go, that'll do. It's very junk journal-y, this page. I'm kind of digging it. feel like we need to put our... Oh, you shared a link of how they work in the Discord. Awesome. Thank you, John. I need to know these things, you see. Actually, that might work there better. Am I going to use this page as well then? Is that why this doesn't look right? Because I need to move it? Possibly. Does this need to go somewhere? Does this need to go down here? Is that why it didn't look right? There we go. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Put that there, and then I can write about stovetop coffee pots. Thank you, Cody. Hi, baby. Hi. What's the matter? You need to calm down, sweet pea. You can't be jumping all over me. Mama's working. We're earning pennies so you can have a car. Yes. We are. We're earning pennies so you can have a car. And Scooby can eat lots of food. Yeah. You just want snuggles. She gets so stressed out, bless her. She never used to be like this with thunder and stuff, but she used to sit in the window and watch the cats chasing the thunder, but not anymore. Okay. I think maybe I'm done with that page. I'm going to write a little bit in here about getting some goodies from Inlay. I'm going to put a thing in here about Utoxeter. Don't know what I'll put there yet. I can doodle or whatever, or you know. And then I'll keep this bit, I think, for coffee pots. I might want to draw a diagram of how the coffee filter works and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing I would nerd out on. So maybe that's all I need to do for that page for now. So that's it. And did I have a two? No, I've only got one page there. I don't know. Do I want to do 2 pages? Yeah, why not? I mean, come on. I'm trying to use up the damn book, so let's do 2 pages. I can always go back and fill in a spare page later, like I've just done. Okay. Going to do a bit of a mix and match here. Is there a robin feather? I don't think so. Would I rather use that or that? I think I'd rather use that actually, because this is a bit busy and I don't want it to compete with whatever I draw. But this bit I could... Yeah, they were eating the berries. So... There we go. Get rid of some of this dead space. See, I like that as well. But if I use that and I draw in pen, it's going to compete. If I use this and I draw in pen, it's not going to compete. And also I can add the colours and use the same colour scheme. So I'll stick with this one. I'll stick with the coloured side. This isn't just for journaling, by the way. You can do this with like sketchbooks and stuff. Oh, you drew something, it's really terrible and you don't want to ever see it again. Well, we've all done that. Just stick something over the top and redraw. Draw something else. Collage over the top and pretend it never happened. Or just take a little bit of paper and put a patch in, or a post-it. Little post-its are really good for this. Stick it over and then redraw that particular bit and keep the rest. You know, lots of things you can do. Let's pop him there with the... So we got a little colour thing, and then I can draw robins elsewhere. Yes. Let's do that. This is a bit thicker. I might... Robins. Oh my god, that's small writing. Unfortunately, I don't have my... Have I got my magnifying glass here somewhere? It should be in here, but I took it out the other day to use it for something and I don't think I put it back. Which is pretty much the story of my life. Not putting things back and then not being able to find them again. Okay, let's see. Maybe if I hold it way out there, I'll be able to read it. A familiar solitary bird that seems to enjoy the company of humans is aggressive towards its own kind. Well, that explains why I've never seen a flock of robins before. And to other birds. The male has a territory which he will defend against all other male robins. So why was there a flock of them? More questions. The nest is placed usually in earth banks, sometimes in stone walls, ivy, or tree stumps, in old tin cans and old kettles. They're very selective, robins. They only want tin cans and kettles. None of you plant pot things. No, don't give them a plant pot. They want kettles. The young in their first plumage are brown and speckled and have no red breast. So they weren't young robins either. The robin's food ranges from... It's making my eyes go funny. Earthworms... something beginning with a W, larvae, ants, spiders, centipedes, to grain, soft fruits and berries. Length 5.5 inches. Ugh, can't see properly now. Let's put that there. Use up a bit more real estate. I don't know that I want to stick it down completely though, because it's one of those vintage tea card things. It's real ephemera. So let's just stick it down with a bit of sticky tape rather than a bit of glue. Mate up to mid-August. Ah, maybe that's why there was lots of them about. Maybe they were all competing for the females. Because it's mid-August. Or it was mid-August. Yeah, maybe it was mating season. They were all out clubbing. That's why there was a flock of them. Clubbing and eating the berries. That would make sense. Okay, let's pop that on there like that. I love this tape. It disappears. It's fabulous stuff. But it's also like washi tape. You can remove it very, very easily. And it doesn't damage anything. And it's archival, so it won't go horrible yellow and sticky and nasty and whatever. Oops, black nail varnish. keep doing that. Okie dokie, there we go. And we are, oh, that's Maddie's ointment for her toes. That's not glue. Where's my glue got? Oh, it's over here. Oh. No, it's not. Where's my little glue gone? Oh well, we'll use the big glue, Miss Maddie. We'll try not to get it all over us, shall we? So at least now I know what kind of stuff I'll be journaling, because I'm now going to mention some of the stuff that I've just learned off that tea card as part of my journaling. Like, never seen a flock of robins before. Apparently that's because they are nasty little beggars who don't like each other. Stick that down there. And we got a bit of this gonna make kind of a border. Yeah, let's do that. Maddie, settle down, baby. Come on. I know you're all scaredy, but I don't know what you're all scaredy of because there's no thunder. So just chill out. It's not even raining, dude. Where'd that other flower go? Ha! Big pop of yeller. Oh, this is a shiny paper. That might not stick, but I can always add a bit more paper to it, a bit more sticky to it later if I have to. Might need wet glue. Oof. Oh, Maddie just let one rip. Oh my goodness me, that stinks. What have you been doing? Do you have a nervous belly? Because we think it might thunder. It's not going to thunder. I told you, it's not even raining, look. It's not even raining. Come on, settle down. You're a good girl. This is why I can't normally stream if it's actually thundering. Because Maddie gets like this. If it was actually thundering, she would be up on my face like this. She's already huffing all over me, and it's not even raining. Now you know. Come on, baby. There we go. Good girl. I think we can throw that bit of paper in the bin, can't we? Should we throw that bit of paper in the bin? Yeah. We don't need to keep every piece of paper. Sweetie, come on, settle down. She's so stressed out. Come on, my love. Come on, settle down. Go sit on the sofa. You can go sit on the sofa, go on. Alrighty, let's draw some robins, shall we? Now, I can draw robins, I think. I can draw birds if I remember how, if I can remember the, oh, I have that too. That's a photo of the huts we were in. We were in that little hut there right next to the potting shed. That's where we had breakfast. Lunch, rather. Let me, I could print that out actually. Let me find robin. Bird. Burb. Burb. Let's find a robin that looks like the robins we saw. That's a good one, and that's a good one. Oh, he's chubby. He was a chubby little robin, the one we saw. So let's have that one. I'm not using reference photos because I didn't take any. That's a fun one of a robin from the front. Although that's very similar to that, so maybe not. Oh, here's Chubby. He's a big chubby boy. That's a cute one. I don't know if I can manage that. I'm a bird drawing novice, but he's fun. He's huge. Big chubby boy. The ones we saw were pretty chubby. They were obviously eating all the berries that they could find. Okay. So, because I'm not overly confident in drawing robins, I'm going to draw it in pencil first, and then maybe ink it in afterwards. I'm going to try and remember what John said about how to draw robins. I think I'll draw... Let's draw this guy over here. Okay, so the back of the robin. Let's do the back of the robin first. So the back of the robin is there, and then the head hangs off that there. And then you put in, so that's the beak about there. This comes down and around. Kind of straight. Oh no, I didn't put the size of the belly. I put in the size of the head. I didn't put in, I should have stopped there. So that's the beak line. The eye. Oh, that's an angry looking robin. The beak line drops down from there, and then you estimate the size of the body compared to the head. So the head is about thumb size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 times the size of the head. So let's say about, and he's bottom heavy, so about there. There we go. So that comes down there, and then that should go back around there rather than coming out, and then across. And then we put in the tail, add the tail. So the tail's going to come out that way. And then the conical piece that joins the bird to the tail. And then finish the bit that comes around here like that. I'll pop in the leg. I'll include a link. By the way, I'm not really I'm not teaching this. I'm just trying to walk my brain through what I learned. I will put in a link to John Muirlaw's video on how to draw birds. It's a long video, but he's an incredible teacher. And he really explains it, and you get a chance to actually have a go. Maddie, stop please, baby. You're being a silly girl now. Can you settle down? I know you're all stressed out with nowhere to go. I know. But just settle down. There's a good girl. I think the problem with this is that his head is turned away from us and his body is turned towards us. Because you can see that bit of his waistcoat. You can see the point of his waistcoat and the bit that goes up to his chin. So that's the centre of his chin, but then his head's pointing away. So from here down, we've actually got a centre line coming down. Okay, so we've put the cone in. We've got the bottom of the bird. I feel like this is a bit off. That should be kind of more rounded there. There we go. And that should be flatter. And then this comes up and down, and then it comes kind of up over the top of the head, which is very flat, down to his nose. And then what do we do next? What do we do next? the shoulder. The shoulder. We need to position the shoulder. So the shoulder is just below the neck here, about there. So it's about there. Goes back that way. The bottom of the wing comes. Maddie, come on, settle down, baby. Settle down, please. Settle down. Come on. You're a good girl. Settle down. Sit down under there with mummy. There you go. Nobody's coming to get you. Everything's fine. Hide under there. I'll lock you in, and then you can just go to sleep. There you go. Good girl. Okay. Where was I? So this comes up and across, and he's got a wing bit there, and then that sweeps backwards towards the tail there, and then the point comes down off the back and curves around to there, comes back up and goes into that bit there, which comes down here like that. I feel like that's a bit too long. Okay, so that's the centre line of the robin. So we can see this part of him. That explains why this bit is weird. Okay, so I need to draw the centre line of the robin. This is not an erasable pencil, by the way. I don't normally erase with this pencil, but I needed to clear up what I'm doing there. So the centre line of the robin is here, and that comes down across this leg here. And then the back of the robin comes down a bit further at the back and gets much thinner up here and joins that bit there. There we go. That's why he was a weird shape. Okay. So then that's his waistcoat there. And his eye. Let's see. That beak is not in the right place. The angle of the beak is up further, like that. Bit of a bit at the bottom, bit at the top. And the eye is a weird shape, so it's like it looks like a fan with a bit at the bottom, because he's not straight on. We're kind of seeing the side of his face facing away from us. It's hard. This is hard. I feel like his body is too long. I think maybe he should be up here a bit. And maybe this bit should be the bit that's hanging down. There we go. That's better. Oh, Maddie, settle down, please. Do my head in now. I might have to stop in a minute, guys, because she's getting worse. I don't know why, because there doesn't appear to be too much. There doesn't seem to be any weather going on, but Maddie knows better, apparently. Okay, it's actually easier to look on the screen and compare what I'm drawing on the screen to what I'm seeing here. Probably because it's a downward angle, so it's not distorted. Okay, so this leg goes in and then out, and then it's like that, and we've got life's too short to draw feet, people. Let's just make it up. If all else fails, stick a leaf in the way. Big talons, can't see that bit, so we'll put a thing there. This one's going to be foreshortened, so let's do that bit there, like that. I can't see what it is because there's a leaf in the way. That's a little bit too curled. I mean, that could be a bit less crazy. Okay, so next leg, the back leg is here. That's actually much shorter. And you can't really see this foot here. That's foreshortened as well. That goes along there, and same as this one. And then this bit is a weird shape, kind of like that. It's got two joints, and then that goes round there. Did you know that a bird's thumb, you know, the foot, the toe that sticks out the back, doesn't have a middle joint. So you think when you look at birds that they sit like that with their thumb wrapped around the back of the tree. No, they don't. This is straight, and what they're actually wrapping around the tree is this big long nail. Ha! Bet you didn't know that. Maddie. Oh, things are getting serious, guys. Guys, the derp tongue is out. Look at her. The flappy derp tongue is out. Baby, come on. Settle down, sweetie. Why don't you sit down there in the corner, in the dark? Hey? Nobody's coming to get you. It's all right. Good girl. It's okay. If she gets much more stressed out, I may have to stop. Okay, let's put his livery in. So he's got kind of a punky hairdo that goes around the back of his eyes. Little short back and sides here. He's got a tufty bit there. This bit is all grey with a little bit of a collar. This is all grey here. This isn't really a line, it's just kind of a where his neck swivels, that bit of plumage where it overlaps the body, so that won't actually be a solid line there. The wing, so his wing's got bits there and bits there, but then it's got these big bits, stripy bits here as well, and then a little bit poking out the bottom. A little white bum, and we haven't got room for his tail, but that's okay. It'll do. Let's see if we can draw a bit of foliage. Should we draw a bit of foliage? Should we draw a bit of foliage, Jane? What do you reckon? I'm not going to copy this. This is obviously too thin for what he'd be sitting on, but I'm just going to use the shape of it because I can't be bothered to think about how trees are formed. Let's see. You can see a little bit of that there. Let's have that coming up there to another knot. There we go. Let's split it there so we can make this a bigger branch here. Like that and like that. That looks terrible, but I don't care. Might have to change that out a bit. Oh, maybe if I bring this down here. There we go. That looks better. Maybe split this up as well. There we go. Just got to keep splitting the branches. Let's put a bird on here, shall we? There we go. Maybe we could add a knot thing here so it looks a bit less grotesque. And then we've got, let's see, his eye is dark. Oh, I maybe should do it in blue actually. Let's do his darker bits. Yeah, let's do his eye in blue. And his beak in blue. This bit's dark, and he's got a really dark bit there, and this is just kind of lightly shaded, a bit shiny there. Let's give him his shadow bit there, and his little shadowy neck feather bits there, and then we can do his whole front. All of this bit is actually red. If I was doing this in proper coloured pencil, I would actually, of course, follow the plumage direction, but I can't be bothered with that right now. I'm just colouring the area. So you need to make this a bit clearer. This goes down there, and then see his line of plumage come up there. Yeah, probably should do that more in a blue bit, like that. There we go. Demark where the waistcoat is. He's darker on this side, so we'll make him a little darker over there. There we go. Robin, ta-da! Let's put a... Oh, we could do his grey area. He's got a grey area here, hasn't he? So we could do that in the blue instead of... There we go. He's got a bit on his wing here. And he's got a shadowy area here that's kind of bits of red and bits of blue. And he's brown, grey here, and then he's got patches of grey and patches of blue. Patches of white, sorry. So let's do that, and then we can do bit of shading there. There we go. Let's just use a black pencil. It doesn't matter that it's not the right colours. No, let's use a brown pencil. Just for argument's sake, let's use a brown pencil, shall we? Brown. Is that a brown? No, that's green. That's artichoke. Brown. Brown. Oh, that's that nice dark brown violet colour. Caput mortuum. Literally death violet. Let's use that. That's brown enough. There we go. So we can do his beautiful plumage. He's got some stripes in here. He's got some bits here that overlay. Really strong line there. Back of the wing there. Tail we can't really do much about, so I'm just going to colour it in. Let's just give him this bit dark here. That's his shoulder. He's got a little bit of kind of brown bits under his eye. A couple of bits. Let's just darken that up a bit. Let's just colour all that brown. It's a nice chocolatey brown colour. Or purpley chocolatey brown, you know what I mean. Okay, let's give him a little bit of more shading under here where that kind of transitions from grey to brown, and a little bit of shading under here. His legs are brown, so we can do those in that colour as well. Like that. I'm only approximating the feet. I don't really care about the feet. As long as the bird looks like it's standing on its feet and its legs are in the right position, that will do. That's close enough for me. Somehow I ended up with an extra bit of toe on that one. I drew an extra knuckle on his toe. I don't know how I managed that. Close enough, that'll do. Let's get rid of that because that looks weird now. There we go. Bobbin. Bobbin. Okay. Let's do some righty type bits, shall we? Let's just fill this space, I think. Robins. Let's use the same colours. Let's follow the same shape. Oh, I think she's settled down. Let's do the little grey bit. And then let's do, oops, got a bit special in that corner, let's do that again. And then there you go. And then I'm going to put at Ramblers Retreat. What's the date? Ooh. th. She's had a drink, so I think she's calmed down a bit now. Okay. Let's put that in here, shall we? August 17. Twenty 22. So it kind of going behind him here. There we go. I know I do this for a living, right? But that that tutorial by John Muir-Laws, just because you can draw other stuff doesn't mean you can draw. Just because you can draw landscapes doesn't mean you can draw people, and just because you can draw people doesn't mean you can draw animals, and just because you can draw animals doesn't mean you can draw birds. I am not good at birds. I'm worse at cats, but I'm not good at birds. In fact, this was my last attempt at robins. Now, admittedly, we were trying lots of different types of robins and playing with lots of different styles and things, but this was my last attempt at drawing robins. I mean, these are a lot more stylized, but robins? Robin. I mean, that one's not actually too bad. And I drew that using my own way of drawing shapes. This one I drew according to John Muir-Laws' tutorial. This one is a lot more bird-like, I think. This is more like a cartoon robin. This is, I don't know. It looks more like a bird to me. It looks like more like an actual bird that you would see. And it looks like it's got some movement to it, like he's about to get up and go fly off and, I don't know, eat a berry or something. And that's just one 3-hour tutorial from John Muir-Laws on YouTube. Admittedly, I did like 4 pages of sketches. I didn't... See, this is the thing. Here's the thing. If you're going to learn something, you have to actually do it. So, rather than just... This is a sketchbook I just use for tutorials and stuff. Rather than just sitting and watching the video, I actually drew along with the video. So I drew all sorts of different birds. And I took notes. And then I went back in and then I added colour in the end. You know, when he was telling us how to add colour and pops of colour and make it look... Because this is for nature journaling. This isn't like I'm trying to make a realistic bird. This is like I'm just trying to capture what I saw. See? Do the actual tutorials as you're watching them, and then 4 or 5 weeks later when you need to draw a robin, you'll go, let me see if I can remember what I learned in that tutorial. So I now know that my big issue with birds is I need to always remember to leave enough space to draw the actual end of the bird. I ran out of space for his tail. His tail should have been, this really should have been here. And it should have been coming out here for the size of that bird. I didn't leave enough space for the bird. And this part is a struggle for me. But the rest of it, oh, he's got a little bit under his chin there. I missed that bit. There we go. Oh, that looks better. And then it comes down straight. There we go. Let's just make his eye a little bit more lively. There we go. Bit more high contrast on the areas where it'd be shiny versus his plumage. Oh, surprisingly successful. Parrot's feet are completely different. They have 2 at the front and 2 at the back. Oh, I did not know that. Oh no, I did, because they do that, don't they? They have one that goes, like the little one and the thumb goes back, and then they have 2 at the front. Yeah, I did know that. Because they do kind of a Spock thing with their feet, don't they? I didn't know they only had one. They didn't have a middle joint in their thumb, though. That this is stiff, and it's actually the hook of the thing that curves around the... You know what I mean. Hi, Maddie. You're back again. You're stressed out again. Do you need me to stop, sweetie? Do you need me to stop so you can be all stressed out at me? Or are you going to settle down so I can draw another bird? Can you let me draw another bird? No, you're all stressed out. Okay. We're going to have to stop. Maddie's too stressed. I need to go and settle her down. It's okay, baby. Yeah, I know. I know. It's all right. Come on, bub. Anyway. Pretty happy. I got 2 journal pages done. That's not bad, is it? I can sit and write notes on this. Go and watch that video on how to make coffee with a stovetop coffee pot. And then I think to finish this page off, what I'll probably do is I'll draw this other robin over here. Maybe. I don't know. He's possibly too similar. Oh, this one. This cheeky little chap. I might draw this cheeky little chap down here as if he's... I might draw the rest of this branch as if he's sitting on the branch. And draw him there. And then I'll write about what I saw. With all the robins everywhere. There you go. So, I'm going to have to cut it short for today, guys, because Maddie is very stressed out. I need to go and calm her down before she has a conniption fit. Or something. Or starts destroying things. That's usually what she does. I'm going to leave that in my book, because that's... I mean, that's such a cool page. I might even just stick it in my book as it is, to be honest. I've been known to do that before with really cool pieces of paper. So, let's pop all those back up there. There we go. That can go back in here. Tidy up as we go. That can go back in there. So I might just grab my stuff and go sit on the sofa where Maddie can sit on my head. Sorry, guys. I was hoping to stream for a bit longer today, but I can't leave Maddie in this state. I need to go and sort her out. And Scooby wants his dinner anyway, so... Gonna have to love you and leave you, I'm afraid. Thanks for joining me. If you are interested in joining my class or becoming a member or anything else, my link is down there. Coffee. Oh, here you go. It's here. It's here. There's my link. Coffee.com, Romany. I'm also on Patreon as Romany. I'm pretty much everywhere as Romany except here, where I'm RhomanysRealm, because Romany the Australian girl stole my name on YouTube. And LiveJournal. And MySpace. I got all the others though. So, yeah, she will. I'll give her, if she gets any worse, I'll give her one of her anxiety meds or half of one of her anxiety meds, and it'll chill her out enough to go and have a nap and stop stressing out. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you again next week, unless you are in class, in which case I will see you tomorrow. Bye.